questions which you are unable to solve. Now if you see the overall, India spends like 22 billion on healthcare, on different kind of treatments for pharma drugs. But all they are vain. None of them give a result of what you expect. And the similar, if you see the global ratio of treating all those conditions which I spoke, chronic conditions, they are not being treatable. We do heart surgeries, autoimmune disease, heart failure, organ failures. As you expand your life, organ failures are going to increase. And there is no molecule on the earth as on date, other than steroids or immunosuppressants or disease-modifying drugs, to suppress the immune system of the rejection. Most of the organ transplants fail ultimately 5 years, 10 years. We spend $1 billion. Have you ever thought, this instead of organ transplant, can I make organ functional by cell transplants? Here comes the application which I have told you of ontogenesis. When the organs are being developed, first they develop as a tissue, not as an organ. Have you ever seen organs directly developed? It develops as a tissue first. And tissue comes from a cell. Can I not develop the tissue of my organ by doing a cell transplant instead of organ transplant? This is a big question mark. This was one topic I spoke in Dubai to convince my international colleagues to understand why we are talking of organ transplant. Why we cannot talk of cell transplant. Do a dead cell transplant. Small tissue is sufficient for your organ to function. 1/4 kidney is sufficient to keep you survive. 1/4 liver is sufficient. 1/4 lung is sufficient. Can you develop that much tissue using the cell transplants? Yes, we can do that. This is a newer thought process which are coming. So imagine what we can do miracles in the future. These fairy tale stories once upon a time could be facts and realities for your life. So we have to think out of box, reason. We can't solve the problem by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created it. This is the philosophy of Albert Einstein, and we should follow this. We should follow the current increase in life expectancy with the disease. We want life expectancy, but without the disease. We want gracious aging. We don't want non-gracious aging. We want a quality life. This was one example I was quoting you about the couch or salamanders, how they live. The salamander story is this. They regenerate the parts of the body. Now this is because the blastomeres. They have a signals to get the organs to regrow. Now what works there is the IL-10 is a molecule of cytokine in blastomere, which gives a signal, and macrophage 2. Macrophage 1 and macrophage are two types of macrophages. One is the pro-inflammatory, second is anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory macrophages, IL-10 and blastomeres play a role to differentiate. They can develop all your skin. They can develop bone, they can develop hair, blood vessels, everything. Yes, even if you use extracellular matrix of the intestine is the fastest rebuilding of tissue in the body. Every second your intestinal mucosa is losing out, but it grows back because the signaling factor of this mucosa, external matrix, are so fastly growing. If you use that matrix, ECM of the intestine, cut the finger, I can regenerate the finger. Completely finger, the nail also can be grown. Those are technologies are coming up. Still, we have done some of the examples to grow the tip of finger in our clinic, which I will show you subsequently. You don't have to go for ampute and close and cross and close it like. Bleeding comes means parasites are coming, healing takes place. So don't you think science is changing? Biology is changing. Your really practicing science is totally going to change. So limited of conventional therapies I told you, microscopic workers I told you, the magic bullets of your body, they are making miracles working with you. This microcellular world, busy and complex, making your body function more. Now in simple, how do we, this is what we have been taught in science of our school. If you see, you get an injury, immune clotting comes in, inflammatory cells come in, they remove the garbage and debris, fibrillas come in, fibrillas leave the extracellular matrix ECM, and then comes the ECM organelles to form a scar. Now always I ask my colleague, can you remove these inflammatory cells from here? And I put at that level anti-inflammatory cells. The scar will not form. Scar, I will macrophage 2, I put it there. I will put IL-10. I will cut down these 2 steps in between. The scarring will stop. Scarring will stop. The small changes in your application of science, if you do, we can have the same science change its results for you. The cell-based therapies, I don't call only stem cell, I call them cell-based therapies. If you see, I've been talking to you stem cell, they have differentiate potential. You can apply in pancreatic disease, diabetes. Well, I have more than 100 patients today on the list of mine who are out of insulin, who are out of drug taking anything. You don't have disease around you. You are not born with diabetes. The diabetes is a disease which has entered in your body because of your habits. When you repair, and if you don't stop the habits, you get back again. You get a bypass surgery done and you start boozing and eating all non-veg and stressful life, you will not get again heart attack. You will get. Same thing applies to diabetes. Same thing applies to autoimmune diseases. For every disease applies the same thing. There is no disease in your body. It is waiting outside. You give a chance, it will enter in your body. And then you try to take pills to treat the disease. Is it possible? Because disease is already existing in the body and you are taking pills only for signs and symptoms. So this is a replacement of a pill by itself. That is the reason my journey is from pill to saddle. So there are a number of conditions, like in my clinical practice, I have treated like burns. Burns we treated one patient 90% burn. 15th day, wound was healed. Completely, 15th day, 90% burn. 15 days. And he is from your Khopoli. He is from your Khopoli. And 25th day he walked out of the hospital without scar formation. Without scar formation. And he is from here only. Most important thing for you. The reason I'll tell you what we did is that we used a base of collagen and fibronectin, in which we mixed a cocktail of fibroblast cells. I told you fibroblasts produce the ECM, right? A complex ECM. And to which we added growth factors like fibroblast growth factor, epidermal growth factor, and plate-derived growth factor, and EGF like erythropoietic growth factor, vascular growth factor. We made a cocktail. We just applied on the skin. That's all. Wound was open. Wound was open. No dressing, no closure. You can, the way you will find the new epithelium coming in, the wound healing up. 10th day he was off. 15th day almost 90% wounds were healed, and 25th day he went home. We took off 30%, 40% patient died. What we do, we close the dressing. When we remove the dressing, we remove the forming epithelium back. And you think the wound is not healing. How do we heal? If you remove the epithelium, forming epithelium, moment you remove the dressing, what will happen? We remove the skin blisters. Don't remove the skin, just press it. That is a natural factor, it is a natural dressing. It is a natural dressing. It is a collagen. It is a natural stimulus for the epithelium to grow. Then the concepts of treatment are changing, like burn. We will show you some of the cases, wonderful. Elephantiasis. In your practice, elephantiasis, hatti road, upon pylon karani, no treatment, directly amputation. Have you ever thought, can we re-establish lymphatic caniculi? We can re-establish lymphatic caniculi. This lymphatic solution can be re-established. And the disease will go away. The fibrosis will resolve completely by mesenchymal stem cells. At birth, we are born with 100% stem cells, as I told you. As you grow older, the number of stem cells are reduced. And the number of stem cells are reduced, your aging process is faster and you become older. Now, this graph, always keep in your mind, if you can maintain for gracious aging at a level of 30 million cells in the circulation of your body, your aging will be gracious. You will maintain your organ function as long as you want. You are 100 years, you will be like 50 years. Like you have reversed your biological age. The biological clock of your life, from 100 years you can bring to 50 years. Have you ever thought of this? It's just simple philosophy of using cell-based therapies. Now the diabetic wound, very difficult, went to almost every doctor, 6 months running around, and within 8-10 days his wound was fully healed, using again cell-based therapy. But these are the therapies which I call them customized, personalized treatment. These are personalized treatment. It's not like a paracetamol or artemether tablet or anti-diabetic tablet. You give an antibiotic tablet, you have 10 patients sitting out, every patient you will give downhill. Half tablet, 1 tablet, 3 tablet, 2 tablet, same tablet. This is called as what we are doing is a generalized treatment era. We are in a generalized treatment era. And generalized treatment cannot be applied to the human life. Reason being that your chemistry is different, his chemistry is different, his chemistry is different, his biological body function is different, his cells are differently responding. And I am giving same pill. Is it possible? You have got diabetes with obesity, and I am giving same pill. He has diabetes and no obesity, I am giving same pill. How is it possible? You need to personalize your body system first, and then use the medicine. So I want your research minds to raise and understand and apply that knowledge to your medicine so as you get wonderful results. Now this was a diabetic patient. Anywhere the patient would have got an amputated leg, you can see diabetic on completely healed leg. Very simple philosophy. I use a molecular component from the bone marrow, use PIPP technology, and I'll assure you, you will not require single amputation. Single amputation. You can make new capillaries. As the capillaries grow, nerves will grow. As the nerves will grow, lymphatics will grow. As these structures grow, epithelium comes in. Extracellular matrix comes in. Tissue comes in. Then why you don't want an amputation? Why you want an amputation? Now, ankylosing spondylitis. This is a patient who gets a fixed spine, bamboo spine, we have learned in our studies. No treatment in the earth. Patient takes steroids, right? SARS, methotrexate, so many of the complicated medicine. Ultimately, forget about the complication of the disease, but he will die with the complication of the drugs. The steroid complication will come in a problem. And his spine gets as a bamboo spine. And he dies away. Now, I have a technology where we mobilize the entire spine back to normal function. We reach to the syndesmophyte disc where the calcification are taking. We dissolve the calcification using a component of your bone marrow. We have a cocktail, we use them. We go precise to those levels and dissolve completely. Use mesenchymal stem cells, immunomodulatory cells. They change the immune system of our body, suppress the producing cells, T cells. T-reg cells play major into suppression of the T cells, beta cells which are putting antibodies, and reversal of the disease take place. 100% results you will get. He will become normal without steroid, without methotrexate, without fentanyl, without any other drug which we are going to use it. Type 1 diabetes autoimmune condition. If you see C-peptide is 0.7, 3.7. The small child, painful, taking multiple breaks, continuously breaks, every day 8 hourly, still sugar winding up, affecting hyperglycemic tissue, kidney getting into problem, liver getting into problem, retinopathy at the age of 20, renal failure at the age of 25, and the child goes into a complete hospitalization treatment for the remaining life, and still insulin is not controlled. What is failure here? Your immune system. It destroys the beta cells. Just educate the T-reg cells, they will stop producing antibodies. Beta cells come back to function and you don't require insulin. I have got at least 70 childs who are off the insulin, complete off the insulin. This is one of my research work, in avascular mix of fumarate. There is one technology where I have 100% guarantee to the patient, you don't require hip joint replacement. 100% guarantee. Up to stage 4, I have got more than 400 patients. I have a patent of Indian and US patent. I have 3 clinical trials going with WRP approval with OSU University in US. And I have 7 research papers published on this. Now this is a patient where the shoulder was asked to replace the joint. because the plate was broken and multiple fractures were there, they are not healing. After 6 years, they did a lot of trial. She's from Karnataka. I did only remove the broken plate, stabilize the joint and give the stem cells. Today she is having the same joint, having normal function. Now I have a plan after 1 year to remove the plate also, so that we have to see, because the bone has to take a strength, because they are under the muscle pull. If the muscle pull till the bone becomes completely strong, the muscle pull will destroy the joint. Even if a dynamic play and aerodynamic action, muscle is pulling you constantly. Osteoarthritis. I'll show a slide where we would have gone the patient to straightway knee joint replacement surgery. Now this is a patient where we have an absolutely technology. I have a simple regime now going on, which I call save your joint. Save your joint. You don't require replacement. You can regen the cartilage. You will find the space coming back, cartilage thickness coming back. When you use the stem cells, it is not only the joint is going to improve cartilage, but it's going to use the lateral collateral ligaments, cross ligaments, as well as the synovium. Because the cells which are given, they are healing with the synovium also. They are healing with the cruciate ligament also. They are healing with the lateral collateral ligaments also. So it is a universal product for you to treat all orthopedic injuries, sports injuries. You can have wonderful results. I think I'm a little pulling more, but I think I can give more wider knowledge to you so that it can improve your practicing status also. Now you can see after the treatment joint, before the treatment joint, you can see the space coming up, cartilage plate forming, everything coming up back normal. This is the world's youngest baby which was treated by me 1 year, 2 months with cerebral palsy. Now this cerebral palsy, this baby would have remained handicapped for the whole life. The baby is normal growing now. If you see this small baby,
मुंबईत सेरेब्रल पाल्सी अर्थात मेंदूच्या विकाराने ग्रस्त असलेल्या 3 वर्षाच्या अनयावर यशस्वी उपचार करण्यात आले. तिला जीवदान देण्यात डॉक्टरांना यश आले अशी माहिती डॉक्टर प्रदीप महाजन यांनी दिली आहे. अनया ही भारतातली सर्वात लहान रोग आहे जिच्यावर सेरेब्रल पाल्सीचे उपचार करण्यात आले. सेरेब्रल पाल्सीच्या पीडितांना जन्मतः मेंदूचा विकार, अपंगत्व येणं अशा विविध समस्यांना सामोरं जावं लागतं. अनयाचं वय कमी असल्यामुळे तिच्यावर उपचार करताना डॉक्टरांच्या पथकानं पूर्ण अभ्यास करून आणि चाचण्या पूर्ण करून तिच्यावर उपचार केले. ते यशस्वी झाल्याचं डॉक्टरांनी सांगितलं आहे.
Now I'll show you some of the small testimonials for a few minutes, so that you will understand what type of disease can be treated and what are the results you are going to get in life. The empty nose syndrome is a condition where ENT surgeon resect the turbinate and septum, and it heals by fibrosis, and patient doesn't smell anything, he doesn't feel that he is breathing, and he suffocates.
My name is Patrick, and I'm from Australia. I have empty nose. I'm in India now with Dr. Mahajan. I've received 2 rounds of stem cells, and I'm feeling much better. My symptoms have improved a lot. Smiling, breathing, and I'm certainly glad that I came to India, and I took the risk of seeking this specialised treatment, and I think it has worked for me. And I hope to go back to Australia and get my whole number. Thank you, Dr. Mahajan.
Into a coma, and I need to care to be having my brain.
7 years he remained in coma.
Not much happened, it's not happened, the doctors in Kenya said they gave up and said there's nothing they could do. But I never lost hope. So I came all the way to India to look for more help from here, and I think so far I should say everything is working. because I've seen a lot of change in him. He's not the same boy again anyway. He's changed attitude-wise. He's changed in so many ways. Small ways, but he has changed. I'm happy about it, and I'm hoping for more. I know we have not reached the limit.
3 महिन्यात असतानाच आम्हाला तिचा आजार कळाला. तर 3 महिन्यात असताना आम्ही हिंदूच्या हॉस्पिटल आणि KM JJ आम्ही खूप जागेवर जाऊन आलो. पण सगळ्यांनी आम्हाला सांगितलं की ती ॲबनॉर्मल चाइल्ड आहे. मग तिथेच मी थोडीशी जरा खचली होती की मला ॲबनॉर्मल, कारण माझं पहिलं मूल आहे, तो मुलगा आहे आणि तो 7 वर्षाचा आहे. तर सेकंड बेबीसाठी मला एवढं कन्फर्म होतं की अशी होईल. पण गॉड ग्रेस आम्हाला मी जेव्हा गुगलवर खूप सर्च केलं स्टेमसेल काय असते, त्या स्टेमसेलच्या थ्रू मला प्रदीप महाजन डॉक्टरांचं हॉस्पिटलचा ॲड्रेस मिळाला. मग त्यांच्याशी आम्ही जाऊन भेटलो. तेव्हा सर म्हणाले की नाही, तुझी मुलगी ॲबनॉर्मल नाही आहे, तिला आपण ट्रीटमेंट करू, तू वेळ न घालवता हिला तिची ट्रीटमेंट चालू कर. मग आम्ही 8 एप्रिलला हिला ॲडमिट केलेलं आहे, हॉस्पिटलला केलं होतं. 8 एप्रिलला ॲडमिट केल्यानंतर आम्ही जेव्हा घरी आलो तेव्हा तिने खूप ड्रास्टिक चेंजेस दाखवले.
सर्वात अगोदर मी माझ्या दृष्टीनं जे कोण असतील तर म्हणतात पहिल्यांदा म्हणजे माझ्या दृष्टीने तर सगळ्या अशा आपल्या संपलेल्या होत्या. पुढं काय करायचं आहे आपल्याला समजत नव्हतं. अशा वेळेला असे तर किरण दाखवून आणि सगळं काही त्यांनी अगदी व्यवस्थित मला मुलाचं करून दिलेलं आहे. सगळे प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह झालेले आहेत आणि आता तो चालतो.
we'll be having a certain kind of an influence and all, but we achieved more than that, and it was not like an doctor and patient relationship, it is a family. So it's really hard to step with God and really God, but whatever that's able to say, and hopefully you'll be meeting soon, and thank you for all of your words and praise. When I came here, I was looking for Parkinson's for the last 5 years. When I came here, there was a lot of distension. It has reduced quite a lot. And so, approximately 30 to 40% improvement is there in the side. At the same time, the dopamine dose is also reduced. I was not in a position to take my food properly. Now that I can do. Second thing, I was not in a position to make the signature on bad checks. That is also no go. I am comfortable with it. Walking part is some part is.
You could see that the type of conditions, type of this, you can change the life, you can make improve the quality of life. These are the printing material, these are printing, 3D printing technologies which are coming up. This is the future science for all of you. You can print your organ, liver, kidney, brain, everything. The printers, we can see the way printing process technologies are developing it. Arteries are there, instead of ink, they spell the cells to develop the organs. Like eDrums are there, you can spray the guns which are coming with epidermal cells. You don't have to wait for skin to grow the tissue. Just use the gun to spray the cells. Just use the gun. Now you can see the way the wound is healed promptly in a fraction. Patient can walk out. You don't have to be in the hospital for 10 days and use antibiotics. Like solid organs like ear, nose, you can change. You can do the shape whatever is there. So just go to the skin the way you want to the lab in the incubators and use them for your transplant. We are collaborated with the ORS University for the research. Then academic partners are the MUHS and ITM. Sanostem and Stemedica are our clinical trial partners in the US. Now some of the publications which have come like empty nose syndrome, recognized worldwide, this publication has gone globally. This is something which I always say, the way forward is to change our mindset and bring our disruptive innovations to treat our bodies. This Recent news was 16 months old, where the STEMAX was awarded Asia's greatest brand for stem cell technologies in Singapore. There is one technology we have just landed in India, is Southeast Asia's first machine which can make auto-developed stem cells of your body. There is no manning, nothing. We have to just feed from one side your raw material, bone marrow or adipose tissue, whatever you want to do. And the machine will duplicate the cells, differentiate the cells and give the final product. And you can use for the treatment. This is the most advanced technology which has come globally. That's STEMAX now. We are planning to launch CAR T-cell technologies, DC cell and T-cell technologies for the cancer treatment. Now, this is how it functions, master the complex cell processing, how to process the cells to manufacture and use for therapy. Because there are very important aspects of this. When you talk of this cell technology to be used, when therapies of cell are to be used for the treatment purpose like a drug, then there are very complex procedures are involved in it. That we work out from MSC as a drug, as I told you. When you want to use as a drug, then there are very important, these are medicines and universal living drugs. It produces dietary factors, for healing factors, it has immunomodulatory properties. These are immunomodulatory, the cell which functions in your body and produces, I call these cells in your body as a medical drug stores. 24 hours they are producing drugs in your body. The injury response of the cell to produce immunomodulatory beta cells, they are parasites. If you see, I have given, they're antibiotic, they remove the scarring, they don't allow the cells to die. Anti-scarring, they remove the scar, angiogenic, they produce the new capillaries. They are mitotic, they are multiplying continuously. So they are the drug. The single cell MSC, I always tell you, the living drug is the MSC which can replace 100 types of drugs from the market. 100 types of drugs in the market. When it is getting approved as a drug molecule, you can use in immunomodulation, you can use in generation, you can use in tissue generation, you can use in tissue differentiation, you can use the anti-inflammatory, anything you can use it this from the cell. Because these cells produce all type of molecules. It produces 708 types of proteins in the body. One drug, one action, one MSC, all action. These are therapies which will be coming in future. DC cell vaccine, T cell therapies, NK cell therapies, CAR T cell, MSC in a cancer treatment, T cell depletion, or T cell education, T-Rex therapies, massive of this machine. These are the cells which are going to come for the treatment. I'll show you the lab in brief. If you can see the lab, what type of facility we have developed it. A little round the view. This is a lab which is FDA approved and Central Drug Authority is approved for manufacturing the stem cells. These are the gadgets which are responsible for, like incubators are there, laminars are there which are used to manufacture the stem cells. These are hoops. These are PAL boxes from, we do not be exposed to the external atmosphere. Recently, we were awarded with one of the award from the Paris Operation Award from the Presidential Kind of US for stem cell research in India. This event had taken place on Eiffel Tower in the US. This was one of the most honorable moments for STEMAX. This was an honor which we received for research in Singapore. The President of India, ex-President of India, has invited me to talk on cancer. How do you treat the cancer using stem cells, DC cell, NK cell? then our Manoj Naik, President, Ayush Minister Union. I had an opportunity to spend some time with Luke Montague, who is a Nobel laureate of 2008, who has detected HIV virus. It was a great time. We could learn some lot many things, how stem cells could be used to treat HIV. Chandan Sen is my mentor in US, where I go often as a visiting professor to learn stem cell technologies. He is the director chairman of Western Medical Center. This is my team in US who are working for clinical trial of work in India, what we do. This was my training program on non-technology. These are the things who visited our lab and took the treatment. This is the inspection team of UHS where they awarded a license to start the program of the fellowship. This is my training program in the US where I got training for stem cell technologies. Now ultimately I told you I live in a time where what's impossible and solved are no longer part of the scientific community vocabulary. Each day we move closer to the trial that we not just minimize the symptoms of disease and injury but eliminate them. Christopher Reeve, he is a person who has given a legacy for human being. Yes, stem cells can heal us. He died in 2005. Beyond hope, as we consistently strive towards future, we find technology and scientific breakthroughs moving us towards in a direction that was never imagined. The ongoing discovery of stem cell treatment has given rise to a new alternative technique of treatment and a new way to control our lives. Stem cell therapy has emerged as one of the most exciting and gifted technology in biological science today. Advancement in stem cell therapy will give us the ability to manage our lives, wellness, so we can live a fuller and healthier life with new hope. The journey through stem cell treatment is an exciting one, as it would enable me to help many people live their dream come true. So thank you, my dear friends. I believe I have taken a longer journey for you, but I knew I'm going to give you something very different. I hope you enjoyed the journey today. Thank you for patient hearing. Anybody has some questions, they can ask me.